Hey there and welcome to another video. Today we're kind of going back to the topic of de-influencing. I did a hair care de-influencing video not too long ago, but today it's going to be a little different. I want to talk about the beauty products that I don't buy anymore. This is a video I've seen from quite a few other people here on YouTube, and I really wanted to do my own version, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I'd love if you consider subscribing if you're new. I do hair care content, general beauty stuff, and some vlogs, so I would love to have you. The first one that I feel like is very evident in my routine in my life is powder face products. My makeup style has changed a lot in the last few years, as I feel like a lot of people's has, because it's a lot more natural, light, a little bit dewy, like nothing too intense these days. So I gravitate towards more cream products that just look a little bit more natural on the skin. And I also feel like it just blends really well and doesn't look so makeup-y, if you know what I mean. So I've really moved from powder face products to cream face products for the most part. I still will occasionally use some powder products, and I use powder eyeshadow if I ever do that, although I don't wear eyeshadow very much, and we'll get into that a little later. But I do set under my eyes with a powder because I have very creasy under eyes, like they're very creased and kind of inset, if that makes sense. So I do use powder for that, but as far as like bronzer, blush, highlight, I really don't use powder products. The only thing I can think of off the top of my head is the Essence Pure Nude Highlight. I still really like that one, and if I'm going for a little bit more of a highlighted glam look, I will use that powder highlight because it has a very smooth, natural look to it. It's not too intense at all, but there are very few products in my routine that I use anymore that are powder. So I just don't purchase them anymore because I already have enough makeup as it is, and I do not need to be adding products into my routine that I'm basically never reaching for. I have a few if I ever want to, and I'm good with that. So moving on to like a body care item, something that I never buy and haven't for years, honestly, is shaving cream. I always just use a conditioner. Like I'll buy an affordable conditioner from the drugstore. I also have a lot of like back stock because I have so many hair products, and I've done a lot of hair content on my channel in the past, so I get a lot of hair PR, but I try to make sure it's something I don't like on my hair or something that's really affordable, and I'll just use conditioner for that because it works really, really well for me. I don't get like cut very often. I don't think shaving cream really makes a big difference. I feel like it's just an extra product. So that's probably the one that I haven't been buying for the longest on this list. Like I haven't bought shaving cream in a long time. Another thing I don't spend money on anymore is getting my nails done. The last time I paid to get my nails done, I very much regretted it because it hardly even lasted. I feel like when I do my own nails, it actually lasts better. And I've noticed that actually the last few times that I've gotten my nails done, I'm always like, why did I do this? I can do this at home for a fraction of the price. I have a lot of products that I have built up over time. It's not like I went out and bought everything at once. But if you want to do your nails at home, once you find your favorite type of manicure, you can go purchase those products and you're good to go. My thing was it took me a long time to find out what lasts the longest on my nails and what works the best for me. But if you just try a few different things at the salon and figure out what you prefer, then you can get those products to do that at home. And with some practice, it's really not that hard. Right now I have on gel nails that I did, just like a French manicure, and my left hand is still completely like intact. My right hand did have some chipping and this one nail broke, so I had to file it down. But I've had this gel on for 2 weeks, and for me, if my nails last 2 weeks doing them at home, I am perfectly fine with that. I honestly feel like sometimes they hardly last that long when I go to pay to get them done. So this is just a personal thing, but for me, I just feel like it's unnecessary. I will say when I'm not doing just regular gel polish like this, I will do Gel X, which is just gel with extensions. It's basically clear press-on nails, but you're using gel to adhere the nail to your natural nail instead of glue, so it lasts so much longer. And I find that that will last 2 to 3 weeks on me at least. So there are tons of videos on YouTube of how to do that if you're interested in learning how to do Gel X. but a lot of the time these days I'm more for like short natural nails because it's easier for me to keep up with and it keeps my nails healthier. So I've just been doing gel for the last couple months, but I'm sure that if I go on a trip again or I feel like having long nails, I'll probably do Gel X again, just because it does make me feel really good to have longer nails. But anyways, that was kind of a long rant on nails. I'm gonna try to move through the rest of these quicker. Another like makeup product is primers. I never buy primer anymore. It's just so unnecessary to me, I feel. I'm just more of a skincare for my base type of girl, and I've been gradually moving towards this for the past few years. But the past year especially, I've really just embraced using skincare for a makeup base. I have talked about different products in different videos that are my favorites. And my current favorite, the Pacifica Youth Dew, I think that's the name of the line, their serum in that line is just the perfect base for my makeup when I want my makeup to last, but I also want to have a really nice, healthy looking dewy base. I'll have it linked down below. I know that this is like a de-influencing video, but just in case you're interested in switching to more of a skincare product type of makeup base, you can totally just use the skincare that you have already at home. Like that totally works well too. I don't think it's a necessity to go out and buy something else. I just feel like primers don't even really give me the results that I want. So I had like multiple in my collection at one point, and when I really came down to it, I didn't feel like it made that big of a difference in my skin, and it was just an unnecessary extra step in a makeup routine that I would just rather personally replace with skincare. Speaking of skincare, another product that I don't buy anymore is a physical exfoliant for my face. This is something that can be a little controversial. I just personally feel like for me, I get the best results when I use an AHA or BHA exfoliant, which if you don't know is technically called a chemical exfoliant because it exfoliates your skin like on its own. You're not scrubbing beads onto your face. I have a mask from The Ordinary that I use. I also feel like niacinamide or retinol can give similar results as exfoliating, but it's not quite the same thing. I really like the niacinamide from The Ordinary. So just The Ordinary in general is a really good skincare brand. That's just a personal one for me. I feel like a physical exfoliator is just a little bit harsh on my skin, and I honestly don't feel like it's necessary. I just prefer the process of using, like I said, usually AHA or BHA. Anyways, I'm not going to get into influencing you with products again. Next thing is just aerosol products. I've been kind of wanting to move away from aerosol because of all the things I've heard, but I know that again, it can be a controversial thing. My hardest thing was trying to find a dry shampoo that wasn't aerosol that I really liked. And honestly, kind of unintentionally recently, I found my new favorite dry shampoo, and it happens to be non-aerosol. I actually posted a short on my channel demonstrating it for you guys and explaining how it works. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Since I found that, I really have no need to buy aerosol dry shampoos anymore. I really did like the Living Proof one, but I just would prefer to move away from aerosol, and I like the L'Occitane one even more now. So this shouldn't be too hard for me to kind of switch over. This is definitely the most recent thing because it's something where I still have some aerosol products in my hair care collection, and I'm kind of gradually moving away from it, but in the future I would like to avoid, if at all possible, purchasing aerosol products. So lastly, I have two makeup products or types of products. First one is false lashes. I haven't bought false lashes in years. Kind of goes along with lash extensions. Just not my favorite look, to be honest. I now prefer the look of natural lashes, and I would rather spend my money to buy an eyelash serum that makes my eyelashes longer naturally than using fake lashes. Something about it I just think looks so much better. I think if I were to go to a really special event, maybe in the future I would use like individual lashes or something, but I haven't found an occasion where I really felt like I needed or wanted them, and definitely not strip lashes. I just don't think that's my look. And then again, like I said, lash extensions are not something I really like the look of anymore either. I just prefer natural lashes, so that's a product that I will no longer buy. Kind of still going along with eye makeup. I feel like I'm just more into lighter eye makeup, so this kind of makes sense, but eyeshadow palettes. I have my staple from Il Makiage that I've talked about here on my channel, and I feel like if you have one eyeshadow palette that has whatever you would wear if you kind of want more of a glam look, then you're good. And I have a couple individual eyeshadows that I could use on an everyday basis. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, I throw a little bronzer in my crease and I'm good. Like, I don't really wear eyeshadow anymore, like I said earlier in the video, so it's just not something that I need to spend money on. There are some beautiful ones out there that have really pulled me in and made me want to purchase another eyeshadow palette, but it's just not necessary, and it's pointless for me to have multiple in my collection when I never wear eyeshadow. So I'm good with my Il Makiage one. It's the Kathleen Lights collaboration that she did with them, but I think it's discontinued now. Although there are so many options out there if you want a good, simple eyeshadow palette that's like your staple. I just feel like it's unnecessary to have a lot. I know there was a trend years ago on like 2016 YouTube where people were just buying eyeshadow palettes left and right, and some people had insane collections, and I actually had a lot more than I needed at the time too, but I'm just past that. So that's something else that I won't be buying in future. That's all for today's video. I might do a part 2 if I can come up with enough things, but I feel like I do have a lot of things that I love buying, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with like an entire other list, but we'll see. Maybe if you guys are really interested, I can take the time to slowly compile a list whenever I think of ideas. That's what I did with this one. I couldn't think of everything off the top of my head. I kind of just, over the past few months, whenever I thought of something, oh, I'm not buying that anymore, I would write it down in my notes. And that's how I compiled this list. So who knows, maybe I could come up with a whole other list. I don't know. But let me know in the comments if it's something you want to see. Let me know what is your like number one thing that you don't buy anymore, that you feel like it's unnecessary. I'd love to hear it. Let me know in the comments. Also consider subscribing if you haven't. If you're interested in any of my content, I'd appreciate that. And that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.